you sick of constantly battling against shedding at the front of your hair system? Do you start noticing that when you're having a shower, a whole ton of hair at the front is coming out? Do you feel that the hairline is getting too thin too fast for the amount of money that you've paid? I can tell you, you're not the only one, and I fell into this category for years, and it was so frustrating. I was spending so much money, and often I felt within 1 or 2 months you could see right through the hairline onto the base. Not ideal. So I'm going to share with you today my secrets to keep that flawless hairline without thinking you've just wasted your money. But before I get going with this, what do you think of our new Christmas tree? I love the month of December, not only because it's my birthday in a couple of days, but also it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And I just love the vibe that you get when you've got a big Christmas tree in your living room, lights are on, feels festive, feels warm even though it's cold outside, and it really gets me in a fantastic mood. Also, scores out of 10 for the decorations. Now, back to the topic at hand. Let's be honest with ourselves. There is no such thing as a 1,000, 1,000,000% invisible hairline. Some are incredible, but most, if you look really, really close, you can generally tell that it's a hair system. However, that doesn't mean we need to give up and go home. There's always solutions to keep your hair system in as good a nick for as long as possible. Same goes with shedding, by the way. There's no way of effectively stopping shedding. Much like there's no way of stopping natural hair from shedding from the scalp. It happens to everyone. Even if you don't have male pattern baldness, it happens. In fact, I found a ton of my wife's hair in the bath the other day and it clogged up the drain. Not happy about that one. Now, the first thing to avoid is overuse of styling products. Now, this is a product that I use. I'm a massive fan of it. It's sort of like a paste. However, I don't use it every day. I don't even use it every week. I tend to just use it for special occasions or if I want a different hairstyle. But the thing is, if you use a product like that or any styling product, you're gonna end up loosening and pulling the hair out of the knots in the base. And I can actually show you where I've been doing a bit of this myself, a little bit too much, and you can see some of the base that's been exposed. This happens if you use styling products too often. It pulls the hair out. So I encourage you to use these products sparingly. But this really is one, if you do decide to use some styling products, that I do recommend. Creative Texture by Goldwell. It's like a matte paste. It's fantastic. But please do not use it often unless you want to lose all of the hair on your system within a month. Now, factor number 2 to consider, please do not use bog standard shampoos and conditioners that you can find in your local supermarket. If you find it in a CVS, you find it in a Target, if you find it in a Tesco's or a Sainsbury's, please don't assume that it's going to work with hair system hair. These kind of products contain alcohols, detergents, silicons, all of these things loosen the knots that keep the hair attached to the base. What does that mean? It means hair starts falling out. I also have a lot of guys come to me saying, can I shampoo, can I condition every day? Even with the better products that are designed for hair systems, you're going to get shedding. The knots that tie the hair to the base aren't designed to withstand this sort of punishment on a daily basis. That's why I always recommend shampoo, condition once every couple of weeks, maybe once a week. No more than that, unless you want to clog your drains up and waste $300. And please also don't comb your hair in the shower when you're shampooing and conditioning. That puts more pressure again on those knots. We want to focus on putting the least possible pressure on these knots because that means that they'll stay tied to the base longer. If you keep pulling on a tied shoelace, it'll eventually come apart. Leave the shoelace alone, leave it tied. Now, a lot of you might be asking, well, what can I use? What shampoos or conditioners can I use? 2 products that I recommend and I use myself. One of them is Olaplex, but the only drawback with Olaplex is it's really, really expensive. It's good with hair systems, but it's really expensive. If you're interested in it, I'll drop it in the description box beneath the video. Now, the 2 that I'm currently using are Purple Shampoos by Scruffy Hair Co. Now, why do I like these? Well, the shampoo reduces friction when washing. Perfect for if you're using a hair system. And the conditioner pretty much does the same. It's also really good at retaining the color. Anything that you can do to maintain the color is going to be pointing you in the right direction. The great thing is those 2 products are way, way more cost effective than Olaplex, and you get longer out of them as well. So if you're UK based, I'd recommend getting those. They're super cheap. You can get 10% off using my discount code REVIVE10. and they do free shipping. For my American friends, Olaplex is probably your best bet. I've tried loads of shampoos and conditioners. Those are the ones, Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, that basically are best at reducing shedding and maintaining the color of the hair system. Now, factor number 3, and my biggest enemy when it comes to this. Overbrushing is one of the biggest red flags when it comes to shedding, especially at the front. If you're brushing your hair multiple times a day at the front, you are literally pulling out hair. You are pulling out hair from those knots every day. You only need to brush it once, maybe twice a day. And I wouldn't encourage using really tough bristles like this one either. Maybe consider using a wide tooth comb. It's just much gentler on those knots. It doesn't cause as much friction, anywhere near as much friction. I do this once a day. I wake up, I go into the bathroom, I give my hair a brush, I use some leave-in conditioner. So what I'd encourage you guys to do to massively reduce shedding, to maintain that hairline, is firstly to use a hair system specific shampoo and conditioner, like the ones I showed earlier. Olaplex for my American friends is fantastic. Pro Hair Labs as well in the US do some really, really good shampoos that are really gentle on those knots. Number 2, if you want to use styling products, that's fine, but please don't use them too much. They will literally pull the hair out. This product is great. It gives a sort of dry, sort of textured finish, but it will pull hair out. It will, it just will. It's a clay, it's a mat, it's a paste, it's something, I don't know. But it does pull hair out, so don't use it every day. Use it sparingly. Otherwise, you're asking to destroy the hairline. And lastly, do brush. That's fine, but don't do it multiple times a day. Don't become obsessive over it. Don't become perfectionistic over it. That's actually a really good advert to move away from perfectionism when it comes to the hairline. Just do it once a day and it'll be fine. If you keep doing it with something like this, it's gonna be pulling out the hair. You do not want that, guys. It's gonna ruin your hairline. You pay $250 for a system, you're doing this multiple times a day, it's gonna pull out all the hair at the front. That's what you show the world. Do you wanna do that? I certainly don't, and I don't think you do either. And lastly, this one's a little bit rogue and it would only work with lace, and I'm still not really sold on this product, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway, not sealer. So it's a Walker's product, and it basically acts to create a barrier that almost like stops the hair from shedding from the base. Now, I used this product a while ago. I wasn't sold on it. I thought it did really weird stuff to the lace, but it's not expensive and it's something you want to consider. I know that Scruffy Hair Co sell it, and also I believe that LaVivid sell it on their accessories page, so head over to there if you are based in the US, and you can use my 15% discount code, Adam15. Black Friday is over, and unfortunately that means the biggest deals of the year are over, but my 15% discount code still does work. It works year round. It works on all stock systems and all accessories through LaVividHair.com. Now, before I get back to some eggnog and mince pies, I want you to let me know, is shedding an issue for you? Has it been a problem for you moving into month 2, moving into month 3? Is it the main reason that you feel you need to upgrade to a new system? If so, I'm really hoping that these 3 tips, so using hair gel sparingly, not overbrushing your hair, and using specialist hair system shampoos and conditioners will really help get you a couple more months before you start thinking, I need a new system. I hope you found that helpful, guys, and I'll speak to you next time.